Earlier, I researched options for declaring a climate emergency for my company and shared it in this video. Now, in this episode, I share which option I chose and how I declared my climate emergency. Let's take a look. Welcome to EMSmastery, where we look at the successful strategies and tactics to master environmental management and sustainability. If we're meeting for the first time, my name is Andrew Marlowe. This episode will look at which option I chose and how my company declared a climate emergency. Coming up next in this series of 7 episodes will be how I calculated my company's initial greenhouse gas baseline, followed by setting science-based targets, calculating my carbon footprint and offsetting any unavoidable emissions. The first episode in this series on 7 options to declare a climate emergency is available in the link here and in the description box below. Over the past 11 years of my environmental and sustainability consultancy, One Planet Solutions Limited, I have striven to provide our services in the most environmentally and climate-friendly manner possible. In case you've missed the news in the United Kingdom, or indeed news in other countries, the role of Greta Thunberg and pressure groups such as Extinction Rebellion have shaped the narrative on climate change and turned it towards recognition that there is a climate emergency that we are all now facing. Given that a number of organisations have declared a climate emergency, I was led in a similar direction and wanted to share the resources that I considered. My choices to declare a climate emergency were Business Declares, a not-for-profit which wants to accelerate action towards declaring a climate emergency; B Corporation, which promotes businesses to meet the highest standards of verified social and environmental performance, and whilst they don't have a specific process for a standalone declaration, there is much that you can gain from their website. Climate Neutral Now, which is an initiative launched by the United Nations Climate Change, encourages everyone in society to take action towards achieving a climate neutral world by mid-century, as enshrined in the Paris Agreement. UK Architects declare Climate and Biodiversity Emergency, which is a specialised website for UK-based architects and their sister site for the construction industry, which allows you to declare your climate emergency along with over 1,234 practices that have declared at the time of this video on the 26th of July 2022. Declare a Climate Emergency, which is a very useful resource for identifying governmental organisations such as National Health Service, universities and local councils who have declared their climate emergency, as well as commentary on news and the political policies of the major political parties. Pledge to NetZero initiative, which was established to commit organisations in the environmental sector to take a leadership role in the transition to a net zero carbon economy. And finally, Race to Zero, which is the United Nations campaign which allows signatories to specific initiatives such as Business Declares, B Corp, Climate Neutral Now and Pledge to Net Zero campaigns to gain further recognition in their declaration of a climate emergency. So, my final choice was, drum roll please, Climate Neutral Now and Pledge to Net Zero. And both of these campaigns also gain additional recognition through the United Nations Race to Zero initiative. I chose these campaigns as they provided the most comprehensive options to help in the development of a framework for my company's declaration. They offered assistance for the calculation of the carbon account for my business, provided public transparency through the publication on the United Nations Climate Neutral Now and Pledge to Net Zero websites, and gave external oversight to the declaration through the two campaigns. The process for declaring a climate emergency is initially a simple completion of an online form for the Pledge to Net Zero, acknowledging that you are making the pledge based on their criteria, and for the Climate Neutral Now initiative, completing a formal letter declaring your commitment to the United Nations Climate Neutral Now initiative. Additionally, I published my declaration of a climate emergency on the EMSmastery.com website. You can see my active participation in the above climate emergency declarations on the UN's Climate Neutral Now website, and also on the Pledge to Net Zero website. In my next episode in this series, I will look at what I did after I declared a climate emergency and the practical steps to calculate my company's initial greenhouse gas baseline emissions, which is a requirement of declaring for both of the two campaigns for Climate Neutral Now and the Pledge to Net Zero initiative. Click on the video link at the end of this video to follow the third and next episode on how I calculated my company's initial greenhouse gas baseline emissions. Further information on each of the campaigns to declare a climate emergency, including links to their websites, are given in the description box below, including a link to the resources on the EMSmastery.com website. I welcome your comments and thoughts about my chosen declaration for a climate emergency and what options you have considered or have adopted. If this episode has helped to advance your understanding of the options for declaring a climate emergency, please leave a comment in the box below if this video has helped you. Finally, please subscribe to this YouTube channel to ensure that you don't miss out on other episodes on environmental management and sustainability. Until then, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this video, you can watch other episodes by clicking on the boxes in the top and bottom right, and to subscribe to this channel, click on the link to the left. Thank you.